you guys organized? You spoke head of Madrid, head of this and that. I'm curious how the team was structured.
The probably structured slightly differently at slightly different times as it's sort of grown up. But we started off and probably continue for quite a while with that sort of hub and spoke approach, so that you would have London that was sort of, let's say, the mothership and looked after or oversaw the Nordic type countries, Madrid, what turned into Paris, France, and sort of Berlin. We had sort of New York that would then looked after San Francisco and Chicago. Then it turned into your regional heads with studios. The regional head would then be responsible for the health, the welfare, the financial delivery, the performance of that particular region, as you would probably expect. I think that's now folding into the broader Accenture model of Accenture North America, and Fjord is very much part of that within Accenture Interactive. So Interactive is a tier 1 play now. Design experience is part of that, just as your Fjord becomes the design and experience, or the design experience play for Europe. Fjord, Australia, New Zealand, APAC, Singapore is part of the APAC or the growth markets region. So it was intentionally grown with a smaller leadership group up at the top, and then leaders in each of the 3 main regions. Does that answer your question?
It does. It does. Yeah. And are the clients then pretty localized to that studio, or vice versa, meaning the studio in Madrid or Bangkok or Chicago service mainly those somewhat local clients?
Interesting enough, that's evolved as well. I think the original exposure we had to clients was very much big client based out of Madrid, or big client based out of London, or big client based out of San Francisco. And we would then cater to those 2 or 3 big clients. And certainly in the early stages, we wanted to make sure that we had at least 2 or 3 big clients in a particular city, in a city that we knew there was design talent available. It would make no sense setting up a whole Fjord studio in Omaha, Nebraska, because Berkshire Hathaway is there. Much as we would love to do, we would have loved to have done more work there, but it was very much enough number of clients and talent that we could support.
Clients and talent makes sense.
Correct. What we found increasingly over the last couple of years is that you have a Pfizer or a Nestle or pick any international brand that, yes, their head office and the core it's a piece of work that we delivered might have been in London, but now they're wanting to focus on some services in the US or Latin America or Southern Africa. So that just requires a greater degree of collaboration, communication, trying to make that as seamless as possible, which is not easy in a mega group like an Accenture, where you have client account leads by region, and just bringing all of those together. Now it works. It will happen. It just needs to be that much more deliberate and intentional, and understanding that there are other players that can add value into that conversation and building the client. So yeah, there is a lot more of this happening.